2047 हिंदुस्तान विकसित होना ही चाहिए. No compromise.
India wants to become a developed nation by 2047. That's the official vision. But here's a fact most people don't know. A country is not considered developed just because of total GDP. It's measured by how well the average citizen actually lives. And that's where the real story begins. Let's start with the facts. India is currently the fourth largest economy in the world, and it's one of the fastest growing major economies, growing around 6 to 7% per year in recent projections. India also has a massive demographic advantage. Around 65% of Indians are under 35. That means more workers, more taxpayers, more consumers. Historically, countries like South Korea and China grew rapidly when they had a young population like this. India has also built something unique. One of the world's largest digital payment systems with the billions of transactions happening every month. That's real progress, but the progress doesn't tell a full story. Here's a fact that surprises many people. Even though India is a top economy, per person income is still around $2,500 to $3,000 per year. In developed countries, it's often $40,000 or more. That gap is massive. Another fact, India ranks in the lower half globally in the Human Development Index, which measures health, education, living standard. That doesn't mean nothing is improving, but it shows we still have a long way to go before people's quality of life matches developed countries. And here's something rarely discussed. India's workforce is still heavily dependent on informal jobs. A large percentage of people work without job security, contracts, or social protection. That's a major barrier to becoming developed. Many government schools still struggle, public hospitals are overcrowded, and stable jobs, well-paying jobs are still not enough. A country is not developed because of billionaires or skyscrapers. A country is developed when the middle class feels secure, public systems actually work, people don't fear medical bills, education creates real opportunities, and India is still far from the reality. Here's another lesser known reality. Only about 1/3 of India's population lives in cities. Developed countries are usually 70 to 80% urbanized. Now you must be thinking, why does this matter? Because cities create industries, high-paying jobs, innovations. Without rapid and well-planned urban growth, development slows down. And then there's infrastructure. India still needs trillions of dollars in investment in water systems, public transports, housing, healthcare, and that's not a small challenge. The biggest challenge isn't GDP, it's inequality. There are parts of India that look like Singapore and parts that still struggle for basic drinking water. It's not one country, it's many different Indias moving at different speeds. So here's the reality. India will almost certainly become richer, more powerful, more important globally, but becoming a fully developed country depends on whether growth reaches villages, small towns, and the middle class, not just the billionaires and metro cities. Because the real question isn't, will India become a rich country? The real question is, will the average Indian live a developed life? And that answer will decide India's future.